That's a nice looking truck. So we're gonna go for a little ride, and I haven't ridden this route in a long time. I want to go to the Harley Museum for bike night. We'll start. This is whatever. This is an hour and 25 minutes. But this route actually starts at Wisconsin Harley in Oconomowoc, so I've never started the route from some other place. But we're not that far away, so we'll head that direction. Oh, it does give me. Just needed to see me move. So this bike, I don't know if I've had it on. I'm sure I've had it on before. It's a 2013 Street Glide. You know, Street Glides have that short rear suspension to slam them down to the ground, and again, you pay for the ride. It's not. It was this, honestly. I've owned, I don't know, maybe a dozen bikes in my life. This bike had to have been the worst riding bike I've ever bought. It was rough. So I tried some progressive suspension. Granted, I bought the 412s. It's the cheapest, bottom of the line shock you can buy from Progressive, and I bought them the same length as what was on this bike. I think it's 11 inch, and there was zero difference. I got rid of the air shocks that this thing had on it from the factory, threw them in the garbage. I didn't even want anybody else to have those. Not worth it. Anyway, put the Progressives on there, and I didn't notice any change. It still was a bone jarring. It was bad. Anyway, so I went to the dealership and I said, you know, first time owning a Harley, first time owning a Street Glide, is that how they're supposed to ride? And the guy just laughed. He goes, yep. He took it for a little spin just to make sure. Came back, I said, yep, that's a Street Glide. I'm like, man. He said, go into the showroom there and take an Ultra for a ride. Not the showroom. Well, it was on the showroom floor, but it was a used one. They wheeled it outside. So take it for a spin. Let me know what you think. And it was nice. It rode great. Come back, said it was great. And the guy said, well, that rear suspension will fit yours. That's probably the cheapest way you're going to get a decent ride. So for around $500, I bought the rear suspension for the touring Harleys. And it raised, I measured my rear fender to the ground and put the new shocks on, and it raised my rear fender 2 inches. And I could definitely tell, you know, it was a bit more of a reach, but the ride was much better. So that's better than, it's better than spending $1,000 or $1,200 or whatever they are now, $1,400 for a pair of shocks from Legend. I'm sure everybody, you know, they rave about those, and I'm sure they're great, but I just can't buy $1,400, pay $1,400 for 2 shocks. I just think that's nuts. $500 is kind of nuts, but I'm cheap. What do you do? This is a 103 twin cam. It's all stock. It's you know, I've got the Screaming Eagle intake filter on it, or a Screaming Eagle intake, and I got Reinhardt headers, but I've got stock mufflers on it. Isn't that backwards? Oh, you know what? I'm talking and I didn't even follow the route. I'm so used to going this way. So I'm gonna be one of those goofballs. Goes through a roundabout, does a U-turn. I don't know. Back on route. Highway 18. This is. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Guy crossing the road. Get his mail. And the semi almost rear ends the guy slowing up for him. So yesterday, Harley Davidson came out with the new CVOs. Had their big release. it's interesting when they do stuff like that. Really, anybody, Chevy, Ford, Harley, whatever. Anytime somebody comes out with something new, it's just amazing to me how many people get on the internet and just ridicule the crap out of them. Like, I looked on a few different sites yesterday, or Facebook pages yesterday, just looking at people's comments. It was really tough to find one good comment. It was amazing. I don't like the price. Oh, that headlight's ugly. Oh, what's with the screen? Oh, the good luck with that variable valve timing. Blah, blah, blah. Really? Come on. It's a motorcycle. I heard a guy say one time, you know, people that bitch the most, they can't afford it. That's the biggest thing. If you could afford it, you'd be like, yeah, that looks pretty neat. I'll go get one of those. And there's probably some truth to that. Although, I don't know. I can't afford one either, but I think they're pretty cool looking. I really like the screen. I mean, I like the dials. One of the reasons I like this bike was because of the light colored dials. I like that it contrasted. I find them easier to read, but I really like that screen. And the motorcycles are getting so smart. I mean, the technology is just awesome. The analog brakes, the traction control, all the different modes, all that stuff. The navigation, they didn't. The video that I watched on the CVOs didn't talk about the navigation too much, but I'll bet you it's really nice. 12-inch screen. I bet you that's really nice. But there's a drawback. And this is even a big enough screen to be a drawback, because it's so easy to find yourself looking at something else instead of the road. And the more information that you're putting on that screen, the more you're looking at it. That's the only drawback I see. I think it is interesting with the variable valve timing. My car has that, and I can really tell when that cam timing changes a little bit. It's like another gear, and I would love to ride one of those new CVOs just to see what kind of performance boost that gives it. I bet you it's quite a bit. Oh, I hit that perfect. Woo! The big pothole, and I think I just grazed the edge of it. I got lucky. Potawatomi Bingo and Casino. So if any of you were ever wondering where exactly that is in Milwaukee, there it is. Just down the road from the museum. Oh, I love those old chopper looking bikes. Some sporties done up with some long forks. I've often wondered if in Japan or wherever they build the Hondas, if they have bike nights like this and everybody shows up with their sport bikes. I have a feeling this is more of just a V-twin Harley kind of thing. Welcome to Bike Night, Harley Museum. Oh, I like this parking spot. This would be just fine. You have arrived at your destination. Well, that's always a good time. It's nice to people watch. A lot of cool bikes. It's kind of cool going there. Get to see so many people's neat ideas, and music's loud. Everybody's got their stereos booming. Some of those bikes are just pure rolling art. The red one with the big gold front wheel and what looked like a tractor tire in the back almost. It looks pretty cool, but to be honest with you, it didn't sound very good when it was leaving. Golly. Get out of here, Beamer. The sun's down, the sky looks nice. Traffic's starting to lighten up a little bit. And should be hopefully a decent ride home. So I hope you enjoyed the ride. For those of you that haven't been to the Harley Museum, you should definitely go if you have the means to. I've been to it probably 3 or 4 times. It's easy since it's right in my backyard, and if you're a hog member, it's free. So yeah, thanks for coming along on another ride. See you later.